Now, the research person for this session number 14 is Dr. Ashish Raman, who is going to deliver upon the title Design of On-Chip Oscillators, its challenges as well as perspectives. So without any further delay, peers, let me introduce to you all Dr. Raman. Dr. Ashish Raman received the BE degree in Electronics and Communication Engineering in 2003 and the MTech degree in Microelectronics and VLSI Design from the Sri Govindram Seksaria Institute of Technology and Science, Indore in 2005. He got his PhD degree from the Dr. B.R. Ambedkar National Institute of Technology, Jalandhar, and he worked as faculty at NIT Durgapur from 2006 to 2007 and is presently working as an assistant professor with the Dr. B.R. Ambedkar National Institute of Technology since 2007. Coming to the research interest, his area includes VLSI design, semiconductor devices, microelectronics, and MEMS. He is also working as principal investigator of various funded projects like modeling and analysis of quantum effect for sub-10 node nanowire based devices funded by SERB, DST, New Delhi, SMDP, C2ST sponsored by MEITI, FIST sponsored by DST, FPGA based high speed CCSTS processor for baseband receiver funded by ISRO Bangalore, and many more projects. Recently, Dr. Raman has been awarded the Best Teacher Award at NIT Jalandhar during the session 2019-20. He has also visited countries like Singapore, Hong Kong, London in connection with conferences and session chairs. He is also acting as session chair and speaker in various conferences as well as STCs. He is supervising 8 PhDs and more than 44 MTech dissertations and many others are in progress. Well, he has contributed approximately 60 research articles in SCI, Scopus, and other reputed journals like IEEE Transaction of Electron Device, IEEE Transaction of Nanotechnology, various Elsevier and Springer journals, and in international conferences. In addition, Dr. Raman is a member of the IEEE Electron Devices Society, the IEEE Solid State Circuit Society, and the Institution of Engineers Society, India. Without any further delay, now I'd like to request our research person, Dr. Ashish Raman, to initiate with his topic. Sir?
Thank you. Yeah, am I audible to all?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Okay, thanks for inviting me, Madam Ashima, and
Yes, sir.
yeah, Dr. Shashank. Okay, can I ask one question that means the number of the participants are available in this workshop, that is students or faculties? I mean mostly participants.
Sir, they are the faculties and research persons, faculties, researchers.
ओके मेरी आवाज जो है वो रिपीट हो रही है, तो is it fine now?
Yes, sir, fine. Audible.
Okay. So I am just going to share my slides. Is it visible to all?
Yes, sir, visible.
Okay, so participants, myself, Dr. Ashish Raman, I am here at NIT Jalandhar from 2007, and before that I was in the NIT Durgapur, and then I have joined here in 2007. And before starting my talk, I am just giving you some introduction about the NIT Jalandhar. So here in the NIT Jalandhar, Jalandhar is situated in the Punjab state and very much near to the Amritsar. So NIT is situated here at the Jalandhar, and in our NIT Jalandhar, we are having in the electronics department, we are having several labs, out of which 2 labs are dedicated for the VLSI design. One is for the VLSI design and second for the nanoelectronics. So in the nanoelectronics lab, we are working on the device side, and then in the VLSI design lab, we are working on the circuit side. So here we are having approximate means the tools that we are having here, that is the Cadence and then Synopsys and TCAD tools also available there. So we are working on there. Okay, and here under me I am having approximately 10 8 to 9 research scholars. Then right now ongoing approximately 10 to 15 to 16 MTech students. Then BTech students are also there. So some students are working in the side in the field of the device side. Then some students are working, some research scholars are working in the field of circuit designs. Okay, so beside that we are having some GRF and some project faculties also. So different kind of projects are available with me. So and some other persons are also there. So based on the project they are working on the different domain. So here for this FDP, the topic of my presentation is integrated oscillator, their challenges and the perspectives. So before starting my topic, let me give you some idea about the integrated technologies first, and then oscillators, and what are the roadmap for the next 20 years by the ITRS. Okay, so integrated means what is the need of the integration? So integrated means we are just going to combine, means all the components are fabricated on the single chip of the wafers. Okay, everybody knows that right now we are working on the silicon wafer. So integrated means the circuits are integrated to each other and we cannot separate. Means if the component is going to be break, means is going to be destroyed, then the whole chip is going to be destroyed. So from the past approximately 50 decade, means 50 years to, means the technology is going to be changed day by day. So right now we are working on the MOS technologies. Okay, CMOS is also there. So in the present scenario, let me give you some idea about the present scenario. Okay, so as you know everyone that the in the starting some scientist was there, that the name was the Moore's. So Moore's giving a law that in every 18 months the number of components are going to be increased uh, by double. Okay, in the every 18 months, then their speed is also going to be increased, then its density and then power consumption is based, means it is going to be reduced. So based on that, it is the law was giving by the Moore's. So the technology is going to be evolved day by day, and then we are coming on the VLSI design, and now we are working on the sub micrometer circuit design. Okay, so size of the device is going to be reduced day by day, and presently in the research phase we are working on approximately 3 nanometers devices also. Okay, so abhi kya hai, we are working on the 3 nanometers devices also for the research phase. Okay, so day by day the devices are going to be changed, the structure of the devices are going to be changed, and challenges, more and more challenges are going to be coming here. Okay, so the semiconductor industry is facing some difficult challenge related to extended the integrated circuit technology to the new application and to beyond the end of the CMOS dimension scaling. So we can say right now that this is, means we are just going to reduce the size of the device. So that means how much size we are just going to reduce now. So it's just you can say that CMOS क्या 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 आपका end आ गया कि अभी now we cannot just going to reduce the size of the device. So we need some more devices, means we need some more structures. Okay, so based on this new transistor is going to be come into place. Okay, so you can see this is the Moore's law. Okay, so Moore's giving a law that in every 18 months the number of components are going to be doubled on the same chip. So if we can start it from the 1970, okay, so here we can start from the 1970 and till the 2018. So you can say that in the 1970, you can see in picture in the 1970. So you can see here the number of component. If you can see between 1970 and 1972, 72. So you can see here that the Intel 4004 processors was there. Okay. So number of components that are available inside that chip. So transistors are there. So it is approximately, you can say, 2000 transistors are there. Then in 1972, you can see 8008 Intel 800. So again, you can see the number of components are going to be increased. Then in 1974, here you are having the Motorola 6800, then Intel 8080, then RCA 1812. So again, number of transistors is approximately 5000. Then in 1976, this series is coming, Intel 8085. So this is the number of the transistor, approximately 6 to 7000. Then in 1978, you can see here the 10,000 components are there. Then again 82. So you can see here the number of transistors are going to be increased. Okay, in 1982, the Motorola, this is transistor counts. Then in 1986, you can see here it is approximately here. So Intel 1960, then again ARM processor is there. So different kind of processors are there. Then here you can see AMD K6, then Pentium 2 processor is there. It is in approximately 1997. Then you can see here AMD K7, then Pentium, then again is going to be increased, and different structure is coming. And you can see here that the number of transistors are going to be increased day by day. Means means the density of the chip is going to be much more increased. So you can see here, now we are here at this point 2016 18, and now we are on the 2021. So the data is available up to the 2018. So you can see here in 2016 we are having the Qualcomm Snapdragon processors 835, then dual core GPU. So different structures. You can see here the quad core processors, i7, then Apple. So different processors are there for the, means different companies, different semiconductor industries, new companies are coming into the pictures, and they have introduced their processors, and these processors you can use either in the mobile phone or in the laptop, or you can say these processors are going to be used in the desktop also. So based on the, means you can see that in 2018 we are here approximately. So means you can see that within means it's approximately 40-50 years. Okay, and the number of transistors in 1970s were approximately 2000, or you can say 1500, and now this number of transistors are going to be fabricated on the single chip of the wafer, and the maximum size of that wafer that is going to be used, that is approximately 2 centimeter by 2 centimeter. Okay, so in that small dimensions, means in the 2 centimeter by 2 centimeter wafer size, we are just going to be integrate this number of transistors now. Okay, तो आप यहाँ पे देख रहे हैं कि नंबर ऑफ ट्रांजिस्टर्स जो थे वो आपके डे बाय डे जो है वो आपके इंक्रीज होते जा रहे हैं इन इवन बियॉन्ड द मूर्स लॉ आल्सो. ठीक. So initially it is going to be started from here, and it is going to be increased number of transistors, and now we are here approximately. Okay, so you can say that it is the ending, means it is means how many components you are just going to be fabricated on the single chip of the wafer now. Okay, तो ये क्या था आपका CMOS की तरफ आपका था. तो now the approximately size of the wafer is 2 centimeter by 2 centimeter. तो आप कितने ज्यादा dimensions उसकी कम करेंगे. ठीक है. So this is the limitation of the CMOS now. So we are searching for the new structures and the new devices. So when we are just going to reduce the size of the device, then several other effects are also come into the picture, like short channel effects are there. Different effects are going to be come into the picture. And once we are just going to reduce the size of the device below 10 nanometer, so several quantum effects are also coming into the picture. Okay, so different quantum effects are also there, and you can say for the modeling point of view, it is very much difficult to model that that effects. Okay, for the modeling point of view also, and for the tool point of view also, means whatever the tool we are using. So for the quantum effects, means the modeling is very much important. So I don't think that these tools are uh, fair enough to find out the exact quantum effects. Okay, and we are from the engineering side, so in the engineering, very less tools are there for that to measure that. Okay, means we are working on the atomic levels also now. So you can see the number of transistors are going to be increased day by day. So we need new structures. Okay, so integration means we are just going to integrate all the circuits on a single chip of the wafer. ठीक है ना? तो as you see, means another perspective if you can see here. So you can see that in 1960s, means for the feature size of the device, if I'm talking about the feature size of the device point of view, so you can see that in the 1960s, okay, so in the 60s we were working approximately this feature size, that is approximately you can say 70 to 80 micrometers device size. Okay, and from 1960 to 2000, you can say 2000 or 2001, you can say that from 1960 to 2001, or you can say 2000, the device size, you can see this is the era of the simple scaling. Okay, so the device size is going to be reduced in a easier manner. ठीक है, तो हमने यहाँ से start किया था, we have started from the 1960 and till 2000, you can say that it is the era of the simple scaling. Okay, 13, approximately 13% of the size of the device is going to be feature size of the device is going to be decreased approximately. ठीक है, till from sorry, from 1960 to 2000. Okay, so you can see it was the era of the simple scaling. ठीक, हम क्या कर रहे हैं, डिवाइस के साइज को छोटा करते जा रहे हैं. So that was the era of the simple scaling. That means easily it were do in earlier. Okay, and the device size you can see here, it's means in 2001 we are having the feature size is 0.25 micrometer, in 1997, in 2002 130 nanometer, in 2002. Okay, then after that, after 2002, you can say 2002 to 2019, or you can say 2020. ठीक है ना, हम अभी इस जगह चल रहे हैं कुछ. ठीक, इट इज द इरा ऑफ द स्केलिंग प्लस इनोवेशंस. ठीक, यहाँ तक आप क्या करते जा रहे थे, यहाँ से लेके यहाँ तक आप जब आ रहे थे 2002 तक, तो दैट वाज द इरा ऑफ द सिंपल स्केलिंग. व्हाट वी वर डूइंग देयर, the CMOS structure we were having the CMOS transistors, and we are just going to reduce the its length, and the means WIL ratio, we are just going to reduce the size of the transistors till 2002. Okay, then after 2002 to 2020, this is the era of the scaling plus innovations. ठीक, this data is taking from the ITRS. So this is the era of the scaling plus innovations. ठीक, तो यहाँ से लेके यहाँ तक आप क्या कर रहे थे अभी तक, 2020 और 2021, you can say we are working on the scaling plus innovations. ठीक, innovations means यहाँ तक आपने डिवाइस को साइज को छोटा किया, अभी क्या है आपका, you are working on the new devices also. What are the new devices that are available? That are the, means you can say FinFET. ठीक, FinFET is available in the market also. Okay, so it is the FinFET is available for the production phase also. Okay, you have seen in the many of the, you can say in the mobile phones, आपने mobile phone में देखा होगा, और even you can see in the laptops. Nowadays the FinFET based processors are available in the market. ठीक, तो FinFET जो है वो आपका production state में है. तो FinFET पे we were working on the FinFETs. Then new devices are the nanowires. ठीक, we gate all around nanowires. Then after that TFETs, tunnel FET field effect transistors. Then nanotube transistors are there, carbon nanotubes are also there. So different kind of structures of the means of the transistors are available nowadays. Okay, these all structures are based on the FET. ठीक है, सारे आपके FET के स्ट्रक्चर्स हैं आपके. तो पहले हम CMOS पे वर्क कर रहे थे, अभी क्या है कि आपका डिवाइस का साइज जैसे जैसे छोटा होता जा रहा है, तो इट्स द एंड ऑफ द CMOS, मीन्स इससे ज़्यादा हम कम नहीं कर सकते. तो वी आर जस्ट गोइंग टू वर्किंग फॉर द इनोवेशन पार्ट्स ऑल्सो. ठीक, new devices are coming to the picture. That means most of the devices right now at this stage are on the research phase, but in the coming 10 to 20 years these devices are coming in the production phase also. Right now FinFET is available in the production phase. ठीक है, आपने कई सारे मोबाइल्स में या अपने लैपटॉप्स में आप अभी जो लेटेस्ट आप प्रोसेसर्स देख रहे हैं, दैट प्रोसेसर्स आर बेस्ड ऑन द FinFET बेस्ड प्रोसेसर्स आल्सो. Okay, so now means from here from 2001 2021 to uh, next 20 to 30 year we will work on the invention phase also. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पर हम क्या करेंगे, अब जो आपके ईयर्स आएंगे 10 to 20 years to 40 years, so we will work on the invention phase also. ठीक है, तो we will work on the invention phase also. So from here you can see 2002 approximately we are working for the simple era, okay, of the scaling. Then you can see from this point, okay, from 2019 to you can say here, this is approximately 2000, approximately 2025 or you can say 30 approximately. Okay, so we are working on the 18 nanometers. Okay, from means from 2018 onwards we are working on the below 18 nanometers. ठीक है, 2018 में हम 18 नैनोमीटर पे वर्क कर रहे थे, अभी इस पॉइंट पर यहाँ पर हम आ गए हैं. So we are working on there. So this is the transition region. Then quantum effects below 10 nanometer, as I've already told you, below 10 nanometers we are facing the problem of the quantum effects also. ठीक है ना, तो अभी क्या है आपके below 10 nanometer के transistors जो हैं, that is on the research phase. Okay, so in that below 10 nanometer we are working on the quantum effects also. ठीक, तो यहाँ पर आपकी क्या होती है, मॉडलिंग जो होती है, दैट इज गोइंग टू बी वेरी मच डिफिकल्ट फॉर एनी ट्रांजिस्टर्स. ठीक, तो एग्जैक्ट बिहेवियर ऑफ द ट्रांजिस्टर हाउ वी कैन सी, दैट इज वेरी मच डिफिकल्ट below 10 nanometer. Presently I have seen the papers that is based on the 3 nanometer technologies also. Okay, so below 10 nanometers the quantum effects are going to be takes into the pictures, means it is going to be very much effect of the it is going to be affected the transistor very much. So the modeling of that quantum effects is very much difficult. Even we are just taking the non-equilibrium green functions also for that modeling. Okay, so below 10 nanometer we are working on the NEGF functions. Then ballistic phenomena means if we are working on the below 5 nanometers, so ballistic transistor ballistic phenomena is also there, means the size of the device is going to be small. Source and drain, if you can imagine, if the source of and the drain of the transistors इज कमिंग वेरी मच नियर, मीन्स सपोज कीजिए कि आपकी 3 नैनोमीटर की डायमेंशन है, तो 3 नैनोमीटर की डिस्टेंस पे अगर आपके सोर्स और ड्रेन आपके गेट लेंथ सिर्फ 3 नैनोमीटर की है, तो क्या होगा, आपका बैलिस्टिक ट्रांजिस्टर के फिनोमिना भी स्टार्ट हो जाएगा. ठीक, एंड क्लासिकल मॉडलिंग से द मॉडलिंग ऑफ बिलो 10 नैनोमीटर is different from the classical modeling of the transistors. We are using the NEGF functions. We are using the Hamilton matrix also in that. So that is very much difficult. Okay, in the chemistry side means in the engineering side you can say no tools, no such tools is available right now for the below 10 nanometer. The tools are available but the modeling is very much difficult for that. ठीक है ना, exact behavior आपको find out करना मुश्किल होगा. If we are working means if we can see in the sciences side, so some tools are there, that is the DFT tool है वहाँ पर, तो but it will take approximately 2 to 3 days for the simulation and I don't know how much reliable it is. Okay, so means in this we are working on this part. Okay, so it's very much difficult to find out the quantum effects in this region. And after that means this is the device size, you can say 1 nanometer here, 1 nanometer, and then here. And after that we will work on the means in the coming 20 to 30 year we will work on the, you can see here, the atomic dimensions also. We will just going to change the atomic dimensions also for the device. So you can see how much complicated the technology is going to be complicated day by day. ठीक है ना, तो beyond 2020 we are working on this. Right now we are working on this domain. Quantum effects means we are working on below 10 nanometer transistor. Here the quantum effects is very much dominant for the device performance, and after that we will work on the, you can say, the atomic dimensions on also. ठीक है, तो इसके बाद हम क्या करेंगे, अब approximately you can say 2040s ke approximately we will work on the atomic dimensions. So this is the level of the integration is going on. And you can see here, if I'm talking about the means how the structure is going to be changed day by day of the transistors. So you can see here, so that is approximately 2003. So 90 nanometer nodes was there. So you can see this is the transistor. So this is the source of the MOSFET, this is the drain, source drain, and this is the gate. And the length was in the 2003, that is the 50 nanometer length. Okay, that was in the production phase. Okay, so 50 nanometer is the gate length. So the 2003 mein we were working on the 90 nanometer node technology, and the gate length was the 50 nanometer. That was in the production phase. Then we will come on the 2005. So you can see in the 2005 65 nanometer node was there. So 30 nanometer was the gate length. Here the 50 nanometer. In 2003 we were working on the 50 nanometer. Then in 2005 we will work on the we were working on the 30 nanometer phase. The gate length was the 30 nanometer. You can see here it is the 30 nanometer. This is the source, this is the drain, and here this one is the gate. Okay, the size of the channel is 30 nanometer. Okay, that was in the development phase. Then 2007 we were working on the 45 nanometer, and the gate length was the 20 nanometer. ठीक है, यहाँ पर आप देख रहे हैं, this is the 20 nanometer, this is the gate length 20 nanometer, this is the source, this is the drain, and this is the gate. Okay, then in 2009 32 nanometer node was there. So you can see here the gate length is 15 nanometer. Okay, आप अगर यहाँ से compare करेंगे तो in 2003 we were working on the 50 nanometer. After 2 years in 2005 we were working on the 30 nanometer. Okay, 20 nanometer reduced size is there. Then 2005 to 2007 30 to 20 nanometer we were reduced only 10 nanometer device size. Then you can see 2007 to 2009 32 nanometer node, and the gate length was 15 nanometer. तो यहाँ पर आपका 15 nanometer मतलब आपका 2003 से पहले जो था that was the era of the, you can see that was the simple scaling. यहाँ पर आपका क्या हो रहा था, simple scaling हो रहा था. It was the era of the simple scaling. ठीक है, even we were working on beyond the Moore's law. ठीक, but after 2002 और 2003 आप देखेंगे यहाँ पर you can see here 2003 में 50 nanometer to 2005 तक 30 nanometer, then 10 nanometer we have reduced the 10 nanometer device size. Then in 2009 you can see here 20 nanometer to 15 nanometer. मतलब क्या है कि आप जैसे जैसे डिवाइस का साइज छोटा करते जा रहे हैं आपकी कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी जो है वो आपकी इंक्रीज होती जा रही है. मींस वेरियस शॉर्ट चैनल इफेक्ट्स, वेरियस क्वांटम इफेक्ट्स आर गोइंग टू बी टेकिंग इन द पिक्चर्स. Okay, so here we were working on the 15 nanometer. Then you can see here 2009 to 2011 the gate length size was 10 nanometer. You can see the 10 nanometer. Okay, and then 2015 to 2019. Okay, you can see here it was the 22 nanometer node, and here you can see the 5 nanometer. Okay, so in the from 2015 to 2019. Okay, even अभी भी आप 2021 का भी आप इसमें कर सकते हैं. तो यहाँ पर क्या है आपका, we are just going to change the, means new devices are come into the pictures. We are just going to change the structure of the device. तो यहाँ पर आप देख सकते हो कि till here you can say these are the MOSFETs, and now you can see we are having the nanotubes prototype that is in the research phase. Then nanowires prototype that is in the research phase. 3-5 devices that is in the research phase. तो आप यहाँ पे देख रहे हैं you can see from 2015 to 2019 even till 2021. Okay, you can see new devices and new structures are coming into the pictures. ठीक है, और जो latest example है that is your FinFET. ठीक, that is coming in the productions. So if you can see in this figure, so here the source, drain and gate. Okay, source, drain and gate. So we were applying the voltage from the gate side only. Okay, here till here you can see. But when we are working on the very means the device size is very much lower. So in that phase, we are just applying the voltage from this side and this side also. Okay, so you can see in the next slide. So how the transistor is going to be evolve. Okay, so initially in the previous slide I told you that how the technology is going to be reduced day by day, means how the device size is going to be reduced. So now you can see what is the effect of that reduced device size on the transistor. Okay, how the structure is going to be changed. So you can see here, this is the planar devices. Okay, so these are the planar devices. Bulk partially depleted silicon on insulator, fully depleted silicon on insulator. So that is the bulk, that is the PD SOI, then FD SOI. So in the bulk that you can see here, that is the simple transistors. This is the source, this is the drain, and this is the gate. So this is the gate. Okay, so we were applying the potential from this side. ठीक है, हम यहाँ से हम potential apply करते थे. If we are applying positive here, so and on below the gate we are having the negative potentials. So channel is going to be formed and then the conduction is taking the place. Okay, so from this we are coming on the SOI in the silicon on insulators. Okay, so SOI is silicon on insulators. So what is the advantage of the SOI technology? The advantage of the SOI technology is to reduce the bottom capacitance as well as the side wall capacitance. ठीक, यहाँ पर आपके क्या थे, जो आपका नॉर्मल आपका बल्क जो गेट था उसमें आपके क्या होते थे, साइड वॉल कैपेसिटेंस आते थे और आपके बॉटम कैपेसिटेंस आते थे. एसओआई में क्या है, इन द एसओआई टेक्नोलॉजी द बॉटम कैपेसिटेंस इज गोइंग टू बी रिड्यूस्ड. ओके, one technology is also there, that is the SOS. SOS is the silicon on sapphire. Okay, so sapphire is the crystal which we can use in the jewelries also. Okay, so silicon on sapphire is also there. So with the help of silicon on sapphire also, we are just going to reduce the बॉटम कैपेसिटेंस. ओके, तो सिलिकॉन और सफायर में भी आपका बॉटम कैपेसिटेंस हम रिड्यूस कर सकते हैं, मतलब उसमें ज़्यादा अच्छे से होता है आपका रिड्यूस, एंड वी कैन यूज दैट एसओएस टेक्नोलॉजी. that the means the cost of the sapphire is very much higher. So means we were evolving the SOI technology, that is the silicon on insulator technology. Is it visible to all?
Yes, sir, visible.
Okay. Okay, so that is the silicon on insulator technology. So with the help of silicon on insulator technology, we are just going to reduce the bottom capacitance. Okay, generally bottom capacitance. We can reduce the side wall capacitance also, but generally this technology is used for bottom technology, bottom capacitance. For the side walls also, we are just using the insulators layer. So we can say that side wall and bottom both capacitance are going to be reduced, and it is very much economical. So generally we are using the SOI technology. So that is the partially depleted technology, and this is the fully depleted. So these are the planar transistors. Okay, so we are just going to giving the potential from this side, and on the channel side we are just going to form the means inverted channels. Okay, and the conduction was taking the place. Okay, so once the device size is going to be reduced, as we have seen in the previous slide, that after 2003 or 2004, the device size is going to be we are just coming on the research plus invention phase also. So you can see once the device size is going to be reduced, तो उसमें आपका क्या हुआ, the channel is going to be shorter. So once your channel is going to be shorter, so in that case lot of short channel effects are coming into the pictures. ठीक, तो आप क्या कर रहे हैं कि आप 90 नैनोमीटर से 45 पर आए, 45 से आप 32 पर आए, देन 22 नैनोमीटर आए, फिर आप 22 से भी कम पर आ रहे हैं. ठीक है, तो योर channel is going to be shorter day by day. तो जब आपका चैनल शॉर्ट होगा तो उसमें क्या होंगे, यू आर हैविंग द सेवरल शॉर्ट चैनल इफेक्ट्स आल्सो, ठीक है ना। हम पे क्या है, शॉर्ट चैनल इफेक्ट्स आते जा रहे हैं, तो उनको ओवरकम करने के लिए हमने क्या किया, यहाँ पर हम on this side you can see we are applying the potential from one side, however in this FinFET we are applying the potential from the fins. Okay, so different fins are there in the FinFET MOSFETs. Okay, so this is the single gate structure, source, drain and gate. Then this is the two gate structure, so we are applying the potential from this side and from this side, so we can control the overall the means the current flow. Okay, तो यहाँ पर आप देखेंगे this is the gate, this is the gate and this is the channel. So here the means you can say it's means more controlled way your current is going to be takes place, means going to be started flowing. And after the FinFET we are coming on the
Ashish sir. Ashish sir, we are unable to hear you. Ashish sir.
Hello, is there any problem, madam? Hello, hello.
Yes sir. Actually,
hello ma'am. Any problem? Okay, just let me just call to Ashish sir.
Yes sir. Yes sir. Once you call, once you
Wait
call.
for one. Yes, sir. Yeah, left. I am calling one. Just wait.
Might be due to some technical glitch. Ashish sir left. Soon he will be joining.
Anyway, we will be waiting, madam.
Thank you sir.
Okay, Ashish sir, are you getting me now? Yeah. Ashish sir, can you hear me, sir?
Ashish sir, can you hear us?
या
Yeah. Okay sir. Okay.
हाँ ओके, तो कितना 2-3 मिनट से नहीं था इसमें मैं अवेलेबल?
Let's
Sir,
3 minutes.
ओके। एक्चुअली यहाँ पता ही नहीं चलता इसमें ना, मैं तो प्रेजेंटेशन दे रहा था अभी।
सर
अगर
आपने
मेरा
वो
मतलब मेरा
सर
या
आपने सफ़ेयर वाला कॉन्सेप्ट कंप्लीट किया था।
ओके 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 ओके, तो मेरा अगर बीच में डिसकंटिन्यू होना तो काइंडली मुझे आप फोन पे बता दीजिए, क्योंकि इस पे पता नहीं चलता स्क्रीन पर ना कि वो डिसकंटिन्यू हो गया है।
Okay, sir, no problem. I will connect you.
ओके, सो नाउ इट इज विजिबल.
यस सर, विजिबल।
Okay, so we were somewhere here. Okay, so initially means uh, that was the that was the planar transistors. So I told you that the concept of the SOI is coming taking the picture, that the SOI means the silicon on insulator. Silicon on insulator, the advantage of the silicon on insulator is that we can reduce the bottom capacitance. Okay, otherwise we are having, you can see the bottom capacitance also, so we can reduce the bottom capacitance in the SOI structure. And another, the term we can use in the VLSI, that is the SOS, silicon on sapphire. Okay, so sapphire basically it's a crystal that we can use in the jewelries also. Okay, sapphire based jewelries, but it is very much costly. Okay, so with the help of sapphire also, we are just going to we will reduce the bottom capacitance of the ICs, and we can, because the sapphire is very much costly, so the disadvantage of the sapphire is that the overall cost of the IC is going to be increase. So that's why we are using the SOS structure for some specific applications, like space applications. So in the space applications also, that is some is for the for some specific application. Generally, we are using the SOI structures. Okay, in the SOI, it's we are just going to produce the insulator layer, that is the SiO2 layer. Okay, so with the help of that, we are just going to reduce the bottom capacitance of the uh, MOSFETs. Okay, so in the SOI structures. Okay, so this is the SOI structure. Then we are coming on the FinFET structure. So when the size of the device is going to be reduced, so several short channels are coming into the pictures. ठीक है, जब हम डिवाइस का साइज हम रिड्यूस करते हैं तो हमारे क्या होते हैं, शॉर्ट चैनल्स आने लगते हैं, शॉर्ट चैनल इफेक्ट्स आने लगते हैं. So to reduce that short channel effects, we are just going to means we need some more controlled means we are just going to increase the, means we are just going to giving the potential in a more controlled way. ठीक है ना, आपका आईडी करंट है, यहाँ से आपका क्या आईडी करंट है, फ्रॉम सोर्स टू ड्रेन आपका आईडी करंट जो है, पहले आप क्या कर रहे थे, यू आर जस्ट गोइंग टू कंट्रोल फ्रॉम द गेट साइड ऑल्सो. सो वी आर अप्लाइंग पोटेंशियल हेयर, suppose I am applying negative potential here, so in that side the positive potential are coming into the picture and the channel is going to be formed. Okay, but the potential which we are just going to applying here, this will be affected up to the 10 nanometer width also only. ठीक है ना, तो यहाँ पर आप जो भी आप पोटेंशियल लगा रहे हो तो वो आपका केवल 10 नैनोमीटर तक ही आपका वर्क कर रहा होगा आपका. ठीक, तो when we are just going to reduce the size of the device, जब आपका डिवाइस का साइज आपका छोटा हो जाता है तो उस केस में आपके क्या है, शॉर्ट चैनल इफेक्ट्स आर कमिंग इनटू द पिक्चर. सो वी नीड आईडी करंट इन अ वेरी कंट्रोल्ड वे. ठीक है ना, फ्लो ऑफ द आईडी करंट इन अ वेरी कंट्रोल्ड वे फ्रॉम सोर्स टू ड्रेन साइड. ओके, तो हमें क्या है, यहाँ पे सोर्स टू ड्रेन साइड में आपका कंट्रोल्ड वे में आपका करंट जाना चाहिए. सो वी आर अप्लाइंग पोटेंशियल फ्रॉम दिस साइड एंड ऑन फ्रॉम दिस साइड. ठीक है ना, तो ये दिस इज द स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ द फिनफेट. ठीक, हमने क्या किया, यहाँ से भी आपका एक पोटेंशियल लगा दिया, यहाँ से भी पोटेंशियल लगा दिया, तो 10 nanometer तक, up to 10 nanometer this potential is going to be work, and up to 10 nanometer this potential is going to be work. So we are just going to controlling the ID current in a controlled way in the FinFET structures. Okay, after that the concept was coming of the 3 gates, so we are applying the potential from this side and this side. Okay, हमने क्या किया यहाँ पर, from all 3 side we were applying the potential. Okay, so you can see here from this side we were applying the potential. Okay, so that more controlled way means the current, controlling of the current is in the more controlled way. And then we will come on the gate all around structure. ठीक, gate all around में क्या है आपका, from the all 4 side. Okay, you are applying the potential from the all 4 side. आपने क्या किया, चारों साइड से एक पोटेंशियल अप्लाई करना स्टार्ट कर दिया. तो अब आपने जब चारों साइड से पोटेंशियल अप्लाई किया, व्हेन यू आर अप्लाइंग फ्रॉम ऑल फोर साइड पोटेंशियल फ्रॉम ऑल 4 साइड on the gate, so in that way your controlling over the current is much more efficient. Okay, तो आपने क्या किया, ये इसी टाइप से, जैसे सपोज कीजिए कि कोई भी चीज है, आपने पहले उसको एक साइड से उसको आपने बंद कर दिया, फिर दूसरी साइड से बंद कर दिया, फिर आपने चारों साइड से उस पर कोई रस्सी आपने लपेट दी, तो अभी क्या है वो आपका बहुत ही आपके कंट्रोल में आ जाएगा. सो इन दैट वे ऑल्सो, तो यू कैन सी वी आर अप्लाइंग द पोटेंशियल इन ऑल फोर साइड ऑफ द गेट. ठीक. तो यहाँ पे हमने गेट ऑल अराउंड में क्या किया, हमने चारों साइड से पोटेंशियल अप्लाई कर दिया. यहाँ पर आप देख सकते हैं, यू कैन सी हियर. ओके. So controlling over the current, drain current is much more efficient in the gate all around structures. So you can see this is the gate all around structure. So in the gate all around structure also we are having the two structure, that is the lateral and this one is the vertical structure. Okay. So this is the lateral transistors that was made with that is made with the help of gate all around, and these are the vertical transistors. Okay. So as we have already discussed in some previous slide, it that the means as the technology is going to evolve day by day, so we can see that the number of transistors means the density of the chip is going to be increased day by day. Okay. So there is a issue of the area. ठीक है ना? If your transistor is having much more area, then obviously you can means less number of transistors are going to be fabricated on the chip. So you can see here in the lateral gate all around structure, this will occupy this much area. आप इसको देखेंगे, अगर आप इसको चिप पे फैब्रिकेट करेंगे तो ये आपका इतना एरिया आपका ऑक्यूपाई कर रहा है. ओके. सो now we are just going to replacing that lateral transistor with the vertical transistor. So you can see here, अब आप यहाँ पे vertical transistor, these are the lateral transistor, this will occupy this much area. Okay. However, the vertical transistor, these are the vertical transistors. Okay. Here source, drain and gate, so these are the vertical transistors. So vertical transistors are occupy very less area compared to the lateral transistors. Okay. So right now you can see in the processors, the current processor that are coming into the picture that are available in the market, that are the FinFET based processors. But within 5 to 10 years, within the 5 to 10 years, these FinFET transistors are going to be replaced by the gate all around structures. ठीक है. ये सारे के सारे आपके जो ट्रांजिस्टर्स हैं ये आपके गेट ऑल अराउंड स्ट्रक्चर से रिप्लेस होने वाले हैं विद इन 5 to 10 ईयर्स आप देखेंगे. ठीक है ना? क्यों? क्योंकि गेट ऑल अराउंड स्ट्रक्चर्स में कंट्रोलिंग ओवर द करंट इज वेरी मच एफिशिएंट. ठीक है, कंपेयर टू द FinFET structures. Okay, we are just applying the potential from the all four sides. Okay, in the gate all around structures. So you can see here that if I'm talking about the roadmap for next 20 to 30 years in the semiconductor industry, so in 2020, okay, in 2020 we are right now we are having the FinFET based transistors. Okay, we are having in the FinFET based transistors. Okay, so this is the VDD 0.7, this is the gate length. Okay, 18 nanometers gate length. So right now that is available in the market. Okay, in the development phase these are available. Okay, in 2022 you can see here that is the lateral gate all around structures. Okay, FinFET and lateral gate all around structure within 2 or 3 years जो है ये आपके available हो जाएंगे lateral gate all around structure. And you can see the VDD is 0.7 and the gate length is 16 nanometer. Then in 2025 this FinFET structure is going to be out of pictures. ठीक है, ये आपका FinFET स्ट्रक्चर जो होगा ये आपका आउट ऑफ पिक्चर हो जाएगा और इसकी जगह आपका जो होगा वो लेटरल गेट ऑल अराउंड स्ट्रक्चर आपका ले लेगा. पूरा का पूरा आपके जो भी आपके डिवाइस हैं वो आपके गेट ऑल अराउंड बेस आने लगेंगे यहाँ पर. तो यू कैन सी द VDD is 0.65 and the gate length is 14 nanometer. In 2028 the gate length is going to be reduced by 12 nanometer. That is coming in the production phase. Okay, you can see here. Then in 2031 it's 12 nanometer, the VDD is going to be reduced 0.6. Then in 2034 0.6 and 12 nanometer, that is the we will work on the 3D structures. You can see gate lateral gate all around 3D structures. Okay, और इसके बाद में आप क्या करेंगे, वर्टिकल स्ट्रक्चर्स पे भी आपका वर्क होने लगेगा. ये आपके देखेंगे यहाँ पे बिल्डिंग ब्लॉक्स आपके बने हुए हैं. सो वी विल वर्क ऑन द वर्टिकल ट्रांजिस्टर्स आल्सो. सो विद इन यू कैन से with the help of IDRS roadmap, you can say, then within 10 to 20 years, after 10 to 20 years, we will replace, means whole structure is going to be changed by the gate all around. तो अभी आने वाले टाइम में आपके क्या होंगे, गेट ऑल अराउंड स्ट्रक्चर ही है, इस पर ही आपके वर्क होने स्टार्ट हो जाएंगे, दैट इज द लेटरल. And then in the research phase we are working on the vertical structures. For however in the production phase, first we will develop the lateral gate all around, then we will come on the vertical structures. Okay, so this is the roadmap. So in the, you can say in the gate all around structures we are having the nanowires, then we are having the tunnel fat nanowires. Okay, horizontal, yeah, or you can say lateral or vertical tunnel fat nanowires. These are also very good topics. Then we are having the nanotubes structures, carbon nanotubes are also there. Okay, so different structures are there. So this is the, I mean, this is the basic of the, you can say this is the basic roadmap in the, for the integrated circuit in the coming 10 to 20 years. Okay, so if I am talking about the oscillators, means how our circuit is going to be changed. If I am talking about the oscillator point of view, so you can see that this is a diagram of a communication system. So you can see here in the communication system, you are having the, this one is the mixer, this is the mixer, this is the LNA, and we are having the input signal from here, with the, means from, it is RF signal is here, then this is the mixer, and here you are having a oscillator, or you can say we are having the stable clock. Okay, and this is the example of the communication system. For if I am talking about the digital part, so you can see this is the PLL we are using for the high speed data links. So we are having the clock and recovery circuit here. Okay, so here we are using the PLL, or you can say the integrated oscillator. So we can say that, means based on the discussion in the previous slide, we can say that in the sub-micrometer technology, the design and the implementation of the integrated high speed ultra wideband communication system that required the optimum performance. Optimum performance means in the term of speed, power and noise. We need a optimum performance. ठीक है, हमें जो भी हमारा whatever the communication system we are using, we need a stable periodic clock. Okay, with the help of clock, this clock is used for the synchronization purpose, this clock is used for the, means for the initially we are using the clocks. So all modern communication system required a stable periodic clock that provide a timing basis for the functions such as the sampling, synchronization and frequency synthesis, etc. And this periodic clock is going to be provided to the provide to the communication system, or you can say in the digital system, with the help of PLL. Okay, so in the summary you can say that right now we are working on the sub-micrometer technology, and this sub-micrometer technology needs a periodic clock. That periodic clock we can use for the synchronization purpose, we can use that periodic clock for the sampling, we can use the periodic clock for the synthesis, frequency synthesis, we can use that periodic clock for initially, means starting the system. And this periodic clock is going to be provided with the help of PLL. ठीक है ना, कोई भी कम्युनिकेशन आपका सिस्टम है या कोई भी आपके डिजिटल सिस्टम है, उसमें आपको एक पीरियोडिक क्लॉक चाहिए जो कि आप PLL, और you can say you can use the VCOs also. Okay, so VCOs are the heart of the PLL. Okay, so the means we can use VCO separate for providing the clock, or we can use the PLL. Okay, but PLL is providing you the stable periodic clock. So generally we are using a PLL for a communication system. ठीक, so in the previous slide we have discussed that what is the need of the integration. Okay, so the need of the integration is that we are just going to reduce the size of the device. Okay, हम क्या कर रहे हैं, डिवाइस का साइज जो है हम रिड्यूस करते जा रहे हैं. We are just going to reduce the size of the circuit inside the device. So if I am using the discrete components, ठीक है, in that circuit, so it will occupy lot of area. For example,
Ashish sir? Sashank sir?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I think Ashish sir is again facing some problem.
Okay, I'm calling him back 1 second.
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am. He's going to connect once again.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hello, am I audible to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Actually, ma'am, I called twice and sir also responded. He's trying. Actual
Sir,
from my
he
side, network issue is going on.
Okay,
Yeah,
he
yeah, 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 yeah.
is it
now he
visible?
joined, sir. Yes, sir. Ashish, sir, visible.
Yeah, yeah. So we were here. So am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So we can say that in the sub-micrometer technology, as we have already discussed, that every you can say that every communication system or every circuit you can say that need a integrated oscillators. Okay, or you can say need a integrated clock. Okay, so that is used for the sampling, synchronization, and the frequency synthesis purpose. And that clock is going to be provided with the help of either oscillator, or you can say with the help of PLL. So if I'm using the oscillators only, so means the frequency that is going to be provided with the help of oscillator, that is not going to be stable. So that's why we are using the PLL. PLL is the frequency phase lock loop. Okay, so we need means a periodic clock in a integrated circuits, and the requirement of the integrated circuit that we have already discussed in the previous slide, that as the technology is going to evolve day by day, so every system needs means the size of the device is going to be reduced. Okay, so reduced size, for the reduced size device we need the stable means a circuit. So that's why we need a integrated circuit, that we have already discussed in detail in the previous slides. Okay, so this clock is going to be produced with the help of oscillator, with the help of PLL, and the you can say the heart of the PLL is the oscillators. So I'm talking about here the on-chip oscillators. Okay, so the need of the on-chip oscillator is that we need a integrated circuit, क्योंकि आप मोबाइल फोन यूज कर रहे हैं, आप डिवाइस कोई सा भी यूज कर रहे हैं, तो उसमें आपको क्या है, उसका साइज छोटा होना चाहिए आपका, ठीक, एंड दैट इज गोइंग टू बी पोर्टेबल, एंड इट विल यूज लेस नंबर ऑफ पावर, ठीक है ना, आपके पोर्टेबल डिवाइसेस हैं तो पावर कंजम्पशन अगर उसमें ज़्यादा होगा तब भी आपको प्रॉब्लम है. So we need the integrated oscillators, and that integrated oscillators are going to be produced, means that clock is going to be produced with the help of PLL. Okay, so these are the main building block of the of a PLL, that is the clock generation, then clock, I mean these are the application of the PLL: clock generation, then clock recovery and microprocessors. These are some application that for the networking purpose we are using the PLL, for the communication systems we are using the PLL, for the frequency synthesizer. So these means these are the applications of the of a PLL. Okay, so I mean take, so you can say this is the structure. Okay, means every circuit needs a stable periodic clock, and that clock is going to be produced with the help of PLL. So the designing of the PLL for any system, you can say for the communication, for the digital system, any system, the designing of the PLL is mandatory. You can say in, means you can say in the other word, it's means it's very much means compulsory. We can use everywhere PLL. Okay, so this is the internal structure of the PLL. Okay, so PLL is the phase lock loop. Okay, so you can see that the PLL is designed with the help of, you can say these are the basic blocks of the PLL. That first block is the PFD, okay, phase frequency detector. Then we are having the charge pump circuit, then we are having the loop filter, then we are having the VCO, and this is the divider. Okay, so initially we can say that VCO is the voltage controlled oscillator. Voltage controlled oscillator means you are applying a voltage, and with the help of voltage you are just going to controlling the oscillation of the oscillators. Okay, so VCO is the heart of any PLL. ठीक है ना, VCO आपका हार्ट होता है, यहीं से आप फ्रीक्वेंसी जनरेट करते हैं और उसके बाद में उसको आप स्टेबल करते हैं. So initially we are just going to start it from here. We are having the VCO, and this the frequency which is going to be generated from the VCO, that is divided by n. These are the counters. Then it is going to feedback to the PFD. PFD is the phase frequency detector. Okay, so what is the role of the phase frequency detector? Here you can see we are having, you can see that we are having a reference clock. ठीक, फॉर एग्जाम्पल मुझे कोई VCO डिजाइन करना है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल 2 मेगाहर्ट्ज का, ठीक है. So what I'm doing here, I am just providing a reference clock of 2 megahertz here. ठीक, यहाँ पे मैंने क्या किया, 2 मेगाहर्ट्ज की एक मैंने क्लॉक यहाँ पे प्रोवाइड करा दी, रेफरेंस क्लॉक, दैट इज द रेफरेंस क्लॉक. ओके ओके. Then we are generating frequency from this side, okay, from the voltage controlled oscillators. So VCO ने आपकी एक जनरेट करी, उसको डिवाइड बाई n काउंटर से गई और वो यहाँ पर आपकी इस पॉइंट पर आई. ओके, on this point you are just going to comparing the reference clock with the actual clock. ठीक, तो यहाँ पर आपका क्या होगा, एक रेफरेंस क्लॉक है आपकी 2 मेगाहर्ट्ज की, यहाँ पे क्या आपकी एक्चुअल क्लॉक है. सपोज आपकी जो एक्चुअल क्लॉक है दैट इज 1.5 मेगाहर्ट्ज. ओके, सो बेस्ड ऑन दैट whatever the frequency is providing with the help of this feedback loop, so based on that it is going to be compared with the reference clock. Okay, whatever the frequency you have generated from this path, this is going to be compared with the reference clock. So these clocks are going to be compared here and based on that it will generate the up and the down signal. ठीक है, क्या करेगा आपका एक अप एंड डाउन सिग्नल जनरेट करेगा. हम आगे डिस्कस कर लेंगे इसको डिटेल में कैसे करता है आपका. ओके, सो ये अप और डाउन जो भी आपका एरर आपका सिग्नल आएगा दैट इज गोइंग टू बी means it is going to be working as the input of the charge pump. So based on that whatever the signal we have generated here, based on that we are having the error voltage. So here the working means the purpose of the charge pump signal is going to be these signals are going to be converted into the single signal from this point, and here you are having the loop filter, and this loop filter after that you are having will be working as the input of the VCO. ठीक, तो क्या हुआ यहाँ पर VCO पर आपका जो भी एरर सिग्नल यहाँ पे जनरेट हुआ था वो आपका क्या हुआ, VCO का इनपुट बन गया. कि आपका सपोज कीजिए आपका यू आर हैविंग द 2 मेगाहर्ट्ज, यू नीड्स अ 2 मेगाहर्ट्ज क्लॉक फ्रीक्वेंसी, आपकी जनरेट हुई 1.5 मेगाहर्ट्ज की, तो वो क्या करेगा 0.5 मेगाहर्ट्ज की जो आपकी फ्रीक्वेंसी है वो आपका VCO के इनपुट पे बताएगा एज अ वोल्टेज कि कितनी आपको और ज्यादा इसमें करनी है. तो फिर ये अगेन फीडबैक इस पर जाएगा, अगेन इट विल जनरेट अ एरर वोल्टेज, and once your error voltage is going to be 0 then your loop is going to be locked. Okay, so you can see these are the basic building blocks of the PLL: phase frequency detector, charge pump, low pass filter, VCO, and then divide by n counter. Okay, so the purpose of the phase frequency detector, it is going to be compared, it's compared the two input signal and produce an output voltage that is proportional to the phase or frequency difference. चार्ज पंप आपका क्या करता है, ये कंपेयर करता है आपका सॉरी पीएफडी जो होता है, पीएफडी का आपका वर्किंग कैसे होता है, यू कैन सी हियर इन द डिटेल. सो दीज आर द डी फ्लिप फ्लॉप. ठीक, ये क्या है आपके डी फ्लिप फ्लॉप है. दिस इज द वीसीओ सिग्नल, ये आपका वीसीओ सिग्नल है. दिस इज द रेफरेंस सिग्नल, ये आपका रेफरेंस सिग्नल है. ठीक है, तो डी फ्लिप फ्लॉप में आपने वीसीओ सिग्नल दिएगा, आपने रेफरेंस सिग्नल दिया, अकॉर्डिंगली इट विल जनरेट अप सिग्नल एंड डाउन सिग्नल. ओके, यहाँ पर आपने देखा इट विल जनरेट अप सिग्नल एंड डाउन सिग्नल. ठीक, यहाँ पे क्या हुआ, एक अप सिग्नल और डाउन सिग्नल आया. ठीक, हियर यू आर हैविंग द एंड गेट. ओके, वंस योर अप एंड डाउन बोथ आर 1, so it will pass to the AND gate. Okay, here you are having the 1, here you are having the 1, so the output of the AND gate is 1. ठीक, if you are having 1 1 then the output is 1. तो ये 1 आपका यहाँ पे जाएगा, जैसे ही आपके सिग्नल 1 1 हो जाएंगे उसके बाद में क्या करेगा, इसको रीसेट कर देगा लूप को. तो यहाँ पर अगर आप देखें, दिस इज द एफ रेफरेंस, you can see this is the VCO. So here the up signal is, this one is the F reference, this is the VCO. Here the up signal is this. Okay, this one is the up signal. The down signal you can see here, the down signal is this high. Once your up and down both are 1, you can see here, once your up and down both are 1, so it is going to be reset the loop. So this is the purpose of the फेज फ्रीक्वेंसी डिटेक्टर. ओके, इट विल कंपेयर टू सिग्नल, ये क्या करेगा आपके दो सिग्नल्स को कंपेयर करेगा एंड प्रोपोर्शनली इट इज गोइंग टू बी प्रोड्यूस अ वोल्टेज, आउटपुट वोल्टेज दैट इज प्रोपोर्शनल टू द फेज डिफरेंस और द फ्रीक्वेंसी डिफरेंस ऑफ द अप एंड डाउन सिग्नल. ठीक, सो नेक्स्ट आपका जो सर्किट है दैट इज द चार्ज पंप सर्किट. चार्ज पंप सर्किट मींस इट इज
आशीष सर, आशीष सर, शशांक सर,
जो आपका चार्ज पंप सर्किट. ओके, so this is the charge pump circuit, then the loop filter, and then this is the input of the VCO. So the input of the VCO is that whatever the voltage is generated from here, that is your input voltage. Okay, that is the error voltage, you can say. तो accordingly ये क्या करेगा आपका जो VC होगा that is going to be oscillate accordingly whatever the circuit frequency required. Actually we are having very less time now, so I am just giving you some idea about that. Means the whatever the challenges we are facing for the that you can say in the PLL design. Okay, so here this is the, you can see the charge pump. So this one is the up signal, this one is the down signal. Okay, suppose this one is the up signal and this one is the down signal. तो एक्चुअल में हमारा क्या होना चाहिए था, ये आपका कैसे वर्क कर रहा है, एज ए स्विच की तरह वर्क कर रहा है. सपोज दिस वन इज द अप सिग्नल, ये आपका अप सिग्नल है, दिस इज द डाउन सिग्नल. वंस योर डाउन इज गोइंग टू बी हाई, सो दिस इज योर डाउन सिग्नल. ओके, वंस योर दिस इज कनेक्टेड फ्रॉम दिस स्विच, तो आपका क्या होना चाहिए था, ये आपका चार्ज यहाँ से डिस्चार्ज हो जाना चाहिए था. ठीक है, आफ्टर दैट इट इज गोइंग टू बी जीरो, देन इट विल मेंटेन द चार्ज. Then again once your down is signal is high, then again it is going to be discharged. This is the ideal case. ठीक, प्रॉब्लम्स क्या आती हैं आपकी चार्ज पंप डिजाइन करने में, वो मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ कि आपका ये दिस इज द अप सिग्नल, दिस इज द डाउन सिग्नल. ओके, तो दिस इज अ स्विच. ओके, जब ये आपका स्विच यहाँ से कनेक्ट है, दैट इज ओके, दिस इज द अप सिग्नल, दिस इज द डाउन सिग्नल. Once your down signal is going to be high, means your switches is connected from this side. तो आइडियल केस में आपका क्या होना चाहिए था कि ये जब आपका जीरो है तो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. This is on the high level. Okay, VC is on the high level. This is the VC. VC is on the high level. Once your down signal is going to be high, so it is going to be discharged. तो ये आपका डिस्चार्ज होना चाहिए इस मैनर में. फिर आपका जीरो हो गया, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, that will going to be maintain that level. Again it is going to be high, so again it is going to be discharged in that manner. तो दिस इज फॉर द आइडियल केस. पर एक्चुअली आपका क्या होता है, प्रैक्टिकल केस में आपका क्या होता है, इन द प्रैक्टिकल केसेस वी आर हैविंग सम डिलेज आल्सो. ओके, सो यू कैन सी सम स्पाइक्स आर देयर. ओके, दीज आर द स्पाइक्स, यू कैन सी. दिस इज द आइडियल केस. ओके, तो आपके क्या होते हैं यहाँ पे मिसमैच की प्रॉब्लम आएगी. ये आपके क्या है, दीज आर द आइडियल केसेस. आइडियल केस में आप यहाँ पे देखेंगे कुछ एक स्पाइक्स आपके आ रहे हैं, यू आर हैविंग द स्पाइक्स हियर. Okay, so this is the problem associated with the charge pump. This spikes working as a noise. ठीक है, आपके क्या होंगे, नॉइस की तरह आपके वर्क करेंगे. तो आइडियली आपका सिग्नल होना चाहिए था ये, पर प्रैक्टिकली आपका सिग्नल क्या हो रहा है, ये हो रहा है. इसमें क्या आ रहे हैं, कुछ आपके स्पाइक्स आ रहे हैं. सो दिस विल बी एक्ट एज अ, दिस इज द वन प्रॉब्लम. ठीक, द अनदर प्रॉब्लम इज द क्लॉक फीड थ्रू. क्लॉक फीड थ्रू मीन्स यू आर हैविंग द मीन्स MOSFET. In the MOSFET, you know, a lot of capacitance are there. So you are having the source to gate and then you are having the drain to that part. Okay, so in the clock feed through आपका क्या होगा, वंस आपका सपोज कीजिए कि यहाँ पर आपका गेट जीरो भी है, उस केस में भी आपके क्लॉक फीड थ्रू में क्या होंगे, फॉर द हाई फ्रीक्वेंसीज आपके क्या होते हैं, कुछ सर्किट्स जो आप पैरासिटिक्स होते हैं वो आपके ये कैपेसिटेंस हैं आपके. ठीक, ये आपके फ्रॉम दिस पॉइंट टू दिस पॉइंट इट विल क्रिएट द डायरेक्ट पाथ फ्रॉम दिस पॉइंट टू दिस पॉइंट. ठीक, तो आपका ट्रांजिस्टर ऑन है, ऑफ भी है सपोज कीजिए, उस केस में भी आपका क्या करेगा, यहाँ से आपका करंट जो है वो आपका इसको बाईपास करते हुए सीधे यहाँ से आपका करंट फ्लो करना स्टार्ट कर देगा. सो दिस इज द प्रॉब्लम ऑफ द क्लॉक फीड थ्रू. ठीक है, ये आपकी एक प्रॉब्लम आती है. फिर आपके क्या आते हैं, दिस इज द करंट मिसमैच. आपका जो एफ रेफरेंस और एफ ऑक्सीलेटर, दैट इज द करंट मिसमैच, उसमें फेस एरर आपके आएंगे. सो दीज आर सम प्रॉब्लम दैट इज एसोसिएटेड विद द चार्ज पंप सर्किट. Okay, so in the PLL you are having the PFD circuit, phase frequency detector. So and then you are having the charge pump circuit. Charge pump circuit is taking the input of the output of the PFD and make a single signal. ठीक है, that is the control signal that is used for the oscillators. ठीक है ना, तो चार्ज पंप का आउटपुट जो है वो क्या आपका कंट्रोल सिग्नल है, जो कि आपका ऑक्सीलेटर में आप यूज कर रहे हो. तो यहाँ पर क्या है, आपके डिस्टॉर्शन आ रहे हैं कुछ एक, जो मैंने आपको प्रॉब्लम्स बताई, तो उसके लिए आपने एक लूप फिल्टर भी लगा रखा है. तो बट इट्स अ बिग प्रॉब्लम इन द चार्ज पंप सर्किट्स. यू आर हैविंग द क्लॉक फीड थ्रू आल्सो. ठीक है ना, क्लॉक फीड थ्रू है, देन करंट मिसमैच है, देन आउटपुट वेवफॉर्म दैट इज नॉट गोइंग टू बी मींस इट इज नॉट आइडियल waveform. So these are the problem associated with the charge pump circuit, and lot of researchers are going to be working that directions also. Okay, I am just giving you some idea about the oscillators. So two type generally oscillators are there, LC oscillator and ring oscillators. So this is the basic principle of the oscillator. You can see the oscillation will take place only when it will satisfy the two criteria. First one is the gain is 1. Okay, ये आपका ट्रांसफर फंक्शन है इसका. व्हेन योर HS is 1, then 1 minus 1 is 0, then it will oscillate starting.
Sorry for the interruption.
Okay, and the second criteria for the oscillation, that is the फेस फेस जो आपका फेस ये होता है, ये दैट इज इन द टर्म ऑफ 2 पाई n. ओके, तो जब आपके व्हेन योर टू क्राइटेरिया आर गोइंग टू बी सेटिस्फाइड, देन ओनली योर oscillator is means then only you getting the sustained oscillators. Okay, so every oscillator must be satisfying these two criteria, then only your oscillator will takes place, oscillation will take place. Okay, so if I am talking about the LC oscillator, so in the LC oscillator you are having a resistor, you are having a inductor and a capacitor. So based on the means it is going to be, it's a tank circuit, so oscillation will take place. So you can see here, it's the one port view of your resonator based oscillation. ठीक, यहाँ पे आपके क्या हो रहा है, you are applying impulse is there. Okay, so here the inductance is going to be generated, and based on that it is going to be charge the capacitor and discharge the capacitor. This is the basic fundamental of the tank circuit. ठीक, so ideal case में that is okay. In the ideal case you are having a inductor and you are having a capacitor, but in the practical case, प्रैक्टिकली आपका क्या होता है कि आपके आइडियल में तो ठीक है, आपका एक नॉइस जनरेट हुई, ठीक है, दैट इज द इंटरनल नॉइस ऑफ द डिवाइस, एंड नॉइस जब आपकी जनरेट हुई तो उससे आपका क्या हुआ, इंडक्टेंस आपका जो था, ये आपका एलसी ऑक्सीलेटर जो था उसने क्या किया, कैपेसिटर को चार्ज हुआ, डिस्चार्ज हुआ, तो वो आपका ठीक है. पर प्रैक्टिकली व्हाट यू आर हैविंग इन द एलसी ऑक्सीलेटर, ideally you are having the inductor and a capacitor, but practically every circuit is having a resistance, so you are having a resistance also, that is the RP. ये क्या आपका रेजिस्टेंस है. तो इनिशियली क्या हुआ आपका, अब ये रेजिस्टेंस है तो ये क्या आपका कुछ ना कुछ इसमें लॉस आपके प्रोवाइड करेगा. तो इनिशियली फॉर द इनिशियल फेज योर ऑक्सीलेशंस विल टेक्स प्लेस, इनिशियली योर ऑक्सीलेशन विल स्टार्टेड, बट ड्यू टू दैट रेजिस्टेंस देयर आर सम लॉसेस आर आल्सो देयर इन दैट सर्किट. So due to that resistance, this oscillation will going to be die after some time. Okay, this is the practical case. Initial when you are you make a tank circuit, so in that tank circuit you are having a inductor and having a capacitor, that is okay, but practically you are having the resistance also. तो रेजिस्टेंस होगा तो उसमें कुछ ना कुछ आपका पावर का लॉस होगा आपका. ठीक, तो इनिशियली इट इज गोइंग टू बी टेक्स मींस योर ऑक्सीलेशन इज गोइंग टू बी टेक्स प्लेस, बट आफ्टर सम टाइम योर ऑक्सीलेशन इज गोइंग टू बी डाई आउट. ओके, तो व्हाट इज द सॉल्यूशन ऑफ दैट, क्या करें हम यहाँ पर, सॉल्यूशन क्या होगा, ये जो आपके रेजिस्टेंस के कारण आपका क्या हो रहा है, आपका थोड़े टाइम बाद में आपके ऑक्सीलेशन जो हो रहे हैं वो खत्म हो जा रहे हैं आपके टैंक सर्किट में. तो द सॉल्यूशन इज यू आर यूजिंग हियर अ नेगेटिव रेजिस्टेंस. हमने यहाँ पे क्या किया, एक नेगेटिव रेजिस्टेंस को लगा दिया. इनिशियली आपका यहाँ पे क्या हुआ, ऑक्सीलेशन स्टार्ट हुआ, बट आफ्टर सम टाइम इट इज गोइंग टू बी डाई आउट ड्यू टू द रेजिस्टेंस. ओके, सो हमने क्या किया यहाँ पर, इसको व्हाट वी आर डूइंग हियर, वी आर एडिंग अ negative resistance. Okay, that negative resistance is going to be compensate that resistance. ठीक, तो इसके इफेक्ट को कम करने के लिए हमने क्या किया, यहाँ पर एक रेजिस्टेंस लगा दिया, नेगेटिव रेजिस्टेंस लगा दिया. ठीक, ये आपका क्या था, आपका प्रैक्टिकली ये चीज आई थी आपकी, पर आपने इसको कंपनसेट करने के लिए इसके कारण आपका क्या हो रहा था, यहाँ पर ऑक्सीलेशन डाई आउट हो रहे थे. तो व्हाट वी आर डूइंग हियर, वी आर यूजिंग अ नेगेटिव रेजिस्टेंस हियर. ठीक, सो विद द हेल्प ऑफ नेगेटिव रेजिस्टेंस अब क्या होगा, दिस विल कंपनसेट द लॉसेस फ्रॉम दिस resistance. So now you are getting a sustained oscillation. ठीक है, तो this is the concept of the negative resistance. और ये negative resistance आप कैसे बनाते हैं, in the MOSFETs or you can say in the VLSI circuit with the help of cross coupled latches. Okay, with the help of cross coupled latches you are just creating a negative resistance, or you can say it's a feedback भी आप कह सकते हो इसको, आगे कुछ स्ट्रक्चर्स में आपसे डिस्कस करूंगा. ओके, सो दिस इज द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ द नेगेटिव रेजिस्टेंस. तो हम क्या कर रहे हैं यहाँ पर, अगर हम VLSI की बात करें, वी आर यूजिंग अ क्रॉस कपल्ड लैच टू प्रोड्यूस दैट. ओके, तो दिस इज द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ द नेगेटिव रेजिस्टेंस. ये नेगेटिव रेजिस्टेंस क्या करता है, ये जो आपका रेजिस्टेंस है, जो लॉसेस है, इसको ये ओवरकम करता है. सो दैट यू कैन गेट अ सस्टेन्ड ऑक्सीलेशन. ओके, so GM into RP is equal to 1 for the any oscillator, and you can see here you can see the effect of the GM. Okay, so initially means if your GM value is too low, ठीक, अगर आपकी GM काफी कम होगी, if it is less than 1, then oscillation is going to be die out after some time. If your GM is very much higher, then it is the case of the overdamped. Okay, if your GM into RP is equal to 1, if the GM into RP is equal to 1, if your gain is equal to 1, then only your oscillation will take place. But again, this is the situation for the ideal case. आइडियल केस में आपके GM into RP अगर आपके 1 है, तो उस केस में आपके ऑक्सीलेशन आपके सस्टेन्ड करेंगे, दैट यू कैन गेट द सस्टेन्ड ऑक्सीलेटर. बट दिस इज अगेन फॉर द आइडियल केस. प्रैक्टिकली आपका जो हम जनरली हम टूल्स पे जो हम बनाते हैं, जो भी हमने लेआउट्स या जो हम बनाते हैं, तो वी आर हैविंग सेवरल पैरासिटिक्स ऑल्सो. ओके, सो वी आर यूजिंग GM into RP इज अप्रोक्सीमेटली 2 या मोर देन 1. ओके, क्योंकि बहुत सारे आपके लॉसेस आपके आ जाते हैं. Okay, so the means this is the tank circuit which we are using here. So the disadvantage of the tank circuit is, advantage is that the quality factor of the tank circuit is very much high, so you can get a better signal, means the quality of the signal is much more better. But the disadvantage that the for the means we have talking about the integrated oscillators. So in the integrated oscillators means in the integrated circuits, every component is going to be fabricate on the single chip. Then only you can reduce the area of the device. Okay, so this is the need of the integrated oscillator. Okay, so but the inductor, the fabrication of the inductor, when we are just going to fabricate the inductor, it will occupy lot of area. Okay, so fabrication of the inductor will take lot of area. Okay, the advantage of the inductor based circuit is that it is having a very good quality factor and you are getting a very good quality of the signals. So generally we are using the LC based circuits in the communication purpose, because in the communication purpose you need a noise free circuit. So that's why we are using the inductor based circuits in the communication systems. Okay, but the problem is that suppose I'm using a mobile phone and lot of inductors are there, so it will occupy lot of area, as well as the power consumption is also very much high. So if the power consumption is high, then battery is going to be die out in a very short period. Okay, so that's why we need an integrated circuit. So we are just going to replace that inductor based circuit with the help of new structures in which we are not using that circuit is known as non inductor based circuit. ठीक है ना, हम क्या करेंगे, इसको inductor based circuit को non inductor based circuit से replace करेंगे. So latestly which we are using mostly in the VLSI domain, that is the ring oscillators. Okay, ring oscillator हम आजकल यूज में ला रहे हैं VLSI में. That is used for the communication purpose also, that is used for the testing purpose also. Okay, testing में भी इसका काफी एडवांटेज है. जैसे 0101 आपको देना है, तो हम रिंग ऑक्सीलेटर से हम इसको जनरेट कर सकते हैं. 0101 टेस्टिंग हम कर सकते हैं किसी भी चिप की. आपको 0101 देना है, आपने क्लॉक जनरेट करनी है, आपने रिंग ऑक्सीलेटर से कर दिया. ठीक, so basically these are the basics of the means oscillator feedback system. So basically ring oscillator is a 3-stage, or you can say it's a odd number of transistor we are using in the ring oscillators. So it's a simple inverter, inverter 1, inverter 2, inverter 3. So two type of ring oscillators are there, a single ended or double ended. Okay, in the single ended we are using a odd number of transistors so that it can going to be oscillate. ठीक है ना, it is going to be oscillate in a good manner, and the frequencies depend on the rise time and the fall time. Okay, rise time and the fall time of the each inverter. Okay, so this is the overall frequency. So this is the concept of the ring oscillator. We are having a CMOS inverter. In the CMOS inverter we are having the PMOS and the NMOS, and we are just for the simplest one I can say we are using the minimum number of stage 3 for a single ended. However, for the double ended ring oscillator we can use the even number of transistors, even number of stages also. This is the expression for the gain of the ring oscillator, and the frequency of the actually time is less. So I am just giving you some idea about the ring oscillator. Now what are the challenges for the designing of the oscillators? Okay, in the ring oscillator, or you can say in the LC oscillator. The first challenge is the phase noise. Phase noise आपका क्या होता है? Most of the researchers are working in that directions, in the phase noise. Okay, PLL पर आपके वर्क कर रहे हैं, चार्ज पंप, PFD पर, then on phase noise, frequency and power consumption. ठीक, ये आपके पैरामीटर्स हैं. Phase noise आपका क्या होता है? Phase noise means suppose this one is your ideal signal. This is your ideal signal. Okay, and this one is your practical signal. So you can see here you are having the phase difference between the ideal and the practical signal. Okay, so phase difference between the ideal and the practical signal is a cause of the noise. So that is known as phase noise. Okay, in the frequency domain it is known as phase noise. However, in the time domain, if I'm talking about the time domain, it will act as a jitter. So these two parameters are very much important for any oscillator, or you can say any PLL design or any oscillator design. Even you can complete your thesis in that direction. Lot of scope in that directions. Okay, so what is phase noise? You can see this one is the ideal signal. Okay, and this is your practical signal. Okay, so here you are having the phase difference between the ideal and the practical signal. Okay, so this is your ideal signal in impulse form. Okay, and this is your practical signal, you can see. Okay, so ideal and non-ideal. So difference between ideal and the phase difference, phase and frequency difference between the ideal and the non-ideal signal is generating a noise that is known as phase noise. There is the difference in the phase of the two signals. Okay, तो any noise, you can say any noise is in the random nature. कोई भी noise जो होती है वो आपकी random nature में ही होती है आपकी, तो noise को आप ऐसे तो calculate कर नहीं सकते. So what we are doing here to calculate the phase noise, what we are doing here, this is the spectrum of the phase noise. You can see it is the spectrum of the phase noise. So what we are doing here, we are taking a center frequency. This one is the center frequency, and we are taking a offset from center frequency to 1 hertz, or in the modern oscillators which we are using nowadays, that is the 1 megahertz. ठीक है ना. तो हम क्या करते हैं, एक सेंटर फ्रीक्वेंसी हमारी ये थी, सपोज दिस वन इज अवर आइडियल सिग्नल. फ्रॉम द सेंटर फ्रीक्वेंसी वी आर जस्ट टेकिंग अ ऑफसेट फ्रॉम सेंटर फ्रीक्वेंसी टू 1 hertz. ठीक है, और वी आर टेकिंग nowadays for the oscillators which we have designed, that we are taking the 1 megahertz offset also and then 10 megahertz also. ठीक है, तो सेंटर फ्रीक्वेंसी से हमने क्या किया, ये एरिया ले लिया. इस एरिया में वी हैव कैलकुलेटेड द नॉइस. ओके, दिस इज नोन एज पावर स्पेक्ट्रल डेंसिटी. Okay, this is the formula for the phase noise, or you can see the power spectral density. From center frequency to 1 megahertz or 1 hertz offset, how much noise is there? So that is going to be calculated with the help of phase noise. Okay, so you can see here, this is the phase noise, this is the center frequency, and at 1 hertz we are taking offset, and we have calculated the phase noise here. Okay, so you can see this is again phase noise, some more noise, you can say flicker noise, white noise, 1 by f noise. So again you can see here, this is the diagram of the phase noise. You can say this is your ideal signal and this is your phase noise. Okay, so you can see the impact of the phase noise. So here you are having the ideal clock signal, however this is the actual clock signal. So what is the problem is there in the communication system? Suppose I am using the two signals in the communication. अगर मैं दो सिग्नल यूज करता हूँ कम्युनिकेशन सिस्टम में, सपोज दिस वन इज द स्ट्रॉन्ग सिग्नल एंड दिस वन इज द वीक सिग्नल. ठीक, तो आइडियली आप ये मान के चल रहे थे कि आपने यहाँ पर एक क्लॉक दी, दिस इज द इम्पल्स, बट प्रैक्टिकली ड्यू टू द मींस ये आपका प्रैक्टिकल सिग्नल है. ठीक है, दिस वन इज योर वीक सिग्नल, दिस इज वन इज योर स्ट्रॉन्ग सिग्नल. तो आपने क्या किया, दो सिग्नल्स को एक साथ में आप भेज रहे हैं. तो आइडियली आप ये मान के चले थे कि वो इम्पल्स होगा, बट प्रैक्टिकली तो उसका स्पेक्ट्रम है, यू आर हैविंग द नॉइस आल्सो इन दैट सिग्नल. तो आपका होगा क्या यहाँ पर, योर स्ट्रॉन्ग सिग्नल इज गोइंग टू बी सुपर इम्पोज टू द वीक सिग्नल. यू कैन सी हियर, अगर आपके दो सिग्नल आसपास में हैं, तो ये अभी आपका स्ट्रॉन्ग सिग्नल था, आपने सोचा इम्पल्स है, पर एक्चुअल में तो इसका स्पेक्ट्रम था, एक्चुअल में वो ये सिग्नल था. तो इसने क्या किया, इसका स्पेक्ट्रम जब बना तो इसने क्या किया, इस सिग्नल को सुपर इम्पोज कर दिया. सो दिस इज द मीन्स डिसएडवांटेज, और यू कैन से ये आपका इफेक्ट होता है. दिस इज द इफेक्ट ऑफ द फेस नॉइस, कि अगर आपके दो सिग्नल आसपास में आपके एडजस्टेंट है आपके सिग्नल, सो देयर स्ट्रॉन्ग सिग्नल विल सुपर इम्पोज द वीक सिग्नल. तो इसमें जो भी आपकी इंफॉर्मेशन होगी वो आपकी खत्म हो जाएगी. तो फेस नॉइस पर आपका काफी काम चलता है इस पर. ठीक, तो रिंग ऑक्सीलेटर पे अगर आपने वर्क करना है तो यू कैन वर्क ऑन द फेस नॉइस. ओके, एंड द सेकंड इशू इज द जिटर. ओके, सो दिस इज योर आइडियल वेव फॉर्म and this is your practical. Okay, this is the practical waveform. So you can see here, your jitter is going to be increased in every cycle. So different type of jitters are there. One is cycle to cycle jitter, time to time. So different time kind of jitters are there. Okay, so this is the impact of the jitter. So you can say that you can see here. Okay, this is your ideal and this is your practical signal. So it will also affect the means the information is also going to be affected due to the jitter. So different type of jitters are also there. So two important topics for the designing of the oscillators on which the researchers are going to be work. One is the phase noise and second one is the jitter. बहुत important आपके टॉपिक हैं, इसमें आपकी PhD थीसिस भी निकल सकती हैं, बहुत ही वाइड आपके टॉपिक्स हैं आपके, ठीक. And if I'm talking about the means the relation between phase noise and the jitter, so you can say this one is your signal. So in the frequency domain, you can say it is the phase noise. However, in the time domain, you can say it is the jitter. ठीक, अगर आपकी आइडियल क्लॉक आपकी चेंज होती है तो फ्रीक्वेंसी डोमेन में अगर आप बोलेंगे तो दैट इज योर फेस नॉइज, इन द टाइम डोमेन यू आर हैविंग द जिटर. सो वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टर्म्स. ओके, दिस इज योर आइडियल सिग्नल, this is your phase noise, this is your ideal signal. In the time domain you are having the jitter. So it will also affect the performance of the circuit in a very in very means a high manner. Okay, so here I am just giving you some latest design that are available in the research. Okay, so for means any electronic circuit, three parameters are there: frequency, phase, and frequency, phase noise. For the any oscillator you are having the frequency, phase noise, and the power consumption. So for the to increase the frequency here, the authors are using some these kind of oscillators. Means here sub-VRs is there. Okay, तो यहाँ पे क्या कर रहे हैं, डिफरेंट टाइप के आपके इन्वर्टर्स आपके यूज कर रहे हैं और इसमें कुछ एक लूप्स बना रहे हैं. तो विद द हेल्प ऑफ दैट दिस आर गोइंग, एक्चुअली टाइम इज वेरी लेस, सो इट इज गोइंग टू इंक्रीज दैट स्पीड. मीन्स हम क्या कर रहे हैं यहाँ पर, जैसे सपोज कीजिए ये आपका, तो यहाँ से हम सीधे इसको बाईपास कर कर एंड नोड पे लेके जा रहे हैं. तो इससे आपकी क्या कर रहे हैं, स्पीड इसको इंक्रीज कर रहे हैं. जैसे सपोज कीजिए इस अगर आप फ्रॉम दिस पाथ यू आर हैविंग द थ्री इन्वर्टर्स M1, M2 एंड M3. सो वी आर यूजिंग दिस पाथ. ओके, तो वी आर जस्ट गोइंग टू इंक्रीज द स्पीड ऑफ द सर्किट. ओके, तो इसका डिटेल में थोड़ा सा स्टडी करना होता है. सो another technique with the help of which different region, means we are keeping the different transistor in the different region, we can also increase the frequency and the phase noise. This is again a technique by which we can increase the frequency and the phase noise. Then with the help of this is the latch. Okay, in this paper the authors are using the you can say the strong coupling and weak coupling concept. Okay, so with the help of this control voltage, this is the latch. Okay, with the help of this control voltage, we are just going to produce the strong coupling and the weak coupling. ठीक, तो यहाँ पर क्या कर रहे हैं हम, स्ट्रॉन्ग और वीक कपलिंग से हम यहाँ पे क्या कर रहे हैं, फेस नॉइस और फ्रीक्वेंसी दोनों को हम इंक्रीज और डिक्रीज हम यहाँ से कर सकते हैं. ठीक है, विद द हेल्प ऑफ दिस कंट्रोल वोल्टेज. तो दीज टू ट्रांजिस्टर आर कनेक्टेड इन द डिफरेंशियल वे सो दैट द फेस नॉइस कैन बी रिड्यूस, एंड विद द हेल्प ऑफ दिस strong coupling and weak coupling we are just going to increase the increase the frequency as well as the phase noise of the circuit. Okay, then it is again a technique. Then this is, yeah, in this paper they are using the multi-loop ring oscillator. Okay, it's a 3-stage, I think इसका 5-stage का भी है. So we are just, it's a differential kind of the ring oscillators. Okay, so we are using, at a time we are using only 2-stage. ओके, 1 स्टेज इज गोइंग टू बी बाईपास्ड. तो ये जो आपका सर्किट बना हुआ है, तो ये पूरा आपका फीड फॉरवर्ड लूप बना हुआ है. अब यहाँ पे आप देखेंगे तो ये S प्लस जो है ये इसको कर रहा है यहाँ पे. ठीक है, और इसको आपने वो कर दिया, तो ये क्या कर रहा है, एक एक स्टेज को आपका बाईपास करता जा रहा है, सो दैट वी कैन इंक्रीज द frequency. And for the phase noise point of view, here he is using the differential structure, and this time these two transistors are coming in the triode region. Okay, and here he is using the latch for the NMOS transistors. ठीक है, तो ये भी आपकी एक टेक्निक है. विद द हेल्प ऑफ मल्टी लूप रिंग ऑक्सीलेटर वी कैन इंक्रीज द टेम्परेचर, इंक्रीज द फ्रीक्वेंसी एंड फेस नॉइस. ठीक, ये भी कुछ आपकी टेक्निक्स है. तो डिफरेंट आपकी टेक्निक्स दे रखी हैं, सो यू कैन स्टडी दीज टेक्निक्स. ओके, ये भी पेपर आपका अच्छा है. इसमें इसने 8 लूप का ऑक्सीलेटर लिया है, और यहाँ पर भी इसने मल्टी लूप टेक्नोलॉजी यूज़ करी है, जिसमें आपने डिफरेंट स्टेज को इसने बाईपास किया हुआ है, और कुछ टेक्निक इसने यूज़ करी है जिससे आपका फेस नॉइस को आप कम कर सकते हैं. Okay, so different techniques are there. So here at the NIT Jalandhar, we have designed that VCO. Okay, that is the simplest one. Okay, and these are the diagrams of the layout and the padding design at the NIT Jalandhar. Okay, we are working with IIT Roorkee also, and that oscillator is going to be used by the in that design we are using. Okay, and we have sent that oscillator for the fabrication, and we have designed a balanced mixer. Okay, this is the layout for the balanced mixer. This is the you can say this is the layout, and this is the padding of the, these are the pins of the mixer. ठीक है, ये आपकी pins हैं, आपकी paddings हैं आपके, these are the paddings. This is the layout. Here you are having the, this is the mixer. ये आपका mixer है, and these are the IO pads of that mixer. Okay, similarly आपका यहाँ पर भी है, this is your oscillator, and these are the IO pads. Okay, these designs we have sent for the fabrication. Several more designs are also there for the, which we have sent for the fabrication. So here you are having, this one is the mixer, and these are the IO pads. Okay, so these are some designs which we have sent for the fabrication, and soon we will receive that design. And these are, this we have already discussed in the previous slides. So in the conclusion, we can say that till now we were working on the that CMOS based design. So now you can design that that oscillator, or you can say that whole PLL, with the help of modern devices. You can use the TFETs, you can use the nanowire, you can use the carbon nanotubes also. So this means you can work on that also. So I think we have completed the time. So that's all from my side.
Thank you, sir. Actually, sir, if you have time, then we have got some questions in the chat box. So may I read it out? May I read them out?
या मैडम पर थोड़ा जल्दी कीजिए, एक्चुअली मेरी ना
जी सर,
मेरी मीटिंग से.
अच्छा sir, otherwise if you can drop your mail in the chat box, and our participants can contact you through the mail. They can ask you their queries through the mail.
Okay, no problem, madam.
I think
my ID in the chat box. That is raman@nitj.ac.in.
Okay, yes sir. And dear audience, we really apologize that we are unable to give you the chance to ask questions, because already we are running out of time, and Dr. Raman, he is having some of his work, so we are extremely sorry for not giving you the chance. He has already dropped his mail ID in the chat box, so if you want, you may directly contact him through the mail. You can put up your queries to him. You can send your queries to him. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Raman, sir, for spending your valuable time among us, and delivering delivering informative ideas upon design of on-chip oscillators, its challenges and perspectives. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Thanks for
This is
inviting
Dr.
me.
Rao here. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank
So we'll contact offline, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Dear audience, again we will, so this was the end of session number 14. Again we will meet at 3:30 p.m. for the valedictory session as well as the test. One test is going to be conducted upon the entire session. So we will again meet at 3:30 p.m. for the valedictory session as well as the test. And now I'd like to hand over the session to Dr. Shashank Shekhar Raut. He will convey some information to you.
Yes, thank you very much, ma'am. So this is the end of the session 14, the end part of that FDP, 5-bridge FDP. So the last part is your validatory function, some feedbacks from the participants, and also there will be a test. So exactly 3:30, because already you have given or provided the schedule. So exactly the particular 3:30, we'll go for a test, that is the Google form format. I'll provide the particular Google form format. In that case, you have to just submit the 20 questions, 40 marks. I will give sufficient time, and that is followed by particular validatory function and as well as the feedback. So exactly 3:30 we are going to start. So before 5 minutes you can join. So any doubt, anyone, you can ask me. Am I audible to others?
Yes, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, link of exam will be in this chat box only?
Exactly,
Or
exactly. Only in the chat box. And we will
okay.
active here up to 5:15 or 5:30 in the chat box here. I can provide anytime the link, because someone will join the latter. I can provide again and again in the chat box. So up to 5:15 we will be available, or we can go for recording all these things. But I can give you time for 1 or 2 hours so that you can submit the particular test.
Okay. Thank you.
And
Thank you so much, sir.
yeah. And all of you listen one thing here. So after the session, so it will take minimum 3 to 4 days to update the attendance per day and also the marks. Clear? So don't be hurry and don't put the particular questions when you get a certificate, so in the marks, all these things. Just give me time, because Saturday, next will be Saturday and Sunday. So at least I need for 3 to 4 days. After that, I will update all these things. And remember, all of you, there is a particular feedback in the Autal portal from your side. And after that particular complete of the FDP, just submit the feedback form. It is in the Autal portal, from your portal only and your profile only. You can check there. Because suppose I have updated all these things, the attendance and marks, you are not going to upload the particular feedback form or not submit the feedback form, then you are not going to find the particular certificate. So that point of view, you have to submit the feedback form already there. And next things we'll discuss in the particular session on the end of the session. Thank you all. For any doubt, anyone, you can let me know also.
Thank you, sir, for